Good morning all of you and welcome to chemistry class. Today we will discuss the formation of ionic bond. Now, firstly, tell me what is a chemical bond? Yes, we studied that atoms combine together to form a molecule to become stable in nature. And the force which holds the atom together in a single unit is known as chemical bond. And there are two types of chemical bonds, ionic bond and covalent bond. Ionic bonds are formed by the transfer of electrons from one atom to another, whereas covalent bonds are formed by the sharing of electrons between the two atoms. Covalent bonds are formed by the sharing of electrons between the two atoms. Now let's start our topic, that is ionic bond. As I told to you that ionic bond is formed by the transfer of electrons from one atom to another. And the transfer of electrons takes place in such a way that ions formed have the stable electron arrangement of an inert gas. The ionic bond is so called because it is a chemical bond between oppositely charged ions. And before we learn the examples to understand the formation of ionic bonds, we should know what type of elements form ionic bonds. Okay? And the element or the metal atoms have usually 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their outermost shells, which they can donate to form stable positive ions. On the other hand, non-metal atoms have usually 5, 6 or 7 electrons in their outermost shells. So, they need electrons to form stable negative ions. Thus, when a metal reacts with a non-metal, then transfer of electrons takes place from metal atoms to the non-metal atoms and an ionic bond is formed between them. Okay? Now, let's discuss an example of ionic compound, that is sodium chloride. Sodium is a metal whereas chlorine is a non-metal. Sodium metal reacts with chlorine to form an ionic compound sodium chloride. Now I will explain how sodium chloride is formed and what changes take place in the electron arrangement of sodium and chlorine atoms in the formation of this compound. Okay, now the first step is formation of positive ions. The atomic number of sodium is 11. So, its electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 1. Sodium atom has only one electron in its outermost shell. So, sodium atom donates its one electron to chlorine atom and forms sodium ion. And the second step is formation of negative ions. Atomic number of chlorine is 17 and its electronic configuration is 2, 8, 7. Chlorine atom has 7 electrons in its outermost shell and needs one more electron to achieve stable 8 electron inert gas configuration. So, chlorine atom takes one electron and forms negatively charged chloride ions. Okay. Now let's discuss the last step, that is formation of ionic bonds. When sodium atom reacts with chlorine atom, then sodium atom transfer its one outermost electron to chlorine atom, and by losing one electron, sodium forms a sodium ion and chlorine atom forms a chloride ions. Sodium ions have positive charge, whereas chloride ions have negative charge. And due to opposite charges, sodium ions and chloride ions are held together by strong electrostatic forces of attraction to form sodium chloride. In sodium chloride compound, the electronic configuration of sodium ion is 2, 8, which resembles to the inert gas configuration of neon, and electronic configuration of chloride ion 2, 8, 8 resembles to the another inert gas argon. Due to this, sodium chloride compound is very stable, and in sodium chloride, sodium and chlorine react in the ratio of 1:1. Thank you students, and have a nice day.